Abu Muhammad. What's up, bro?
Nothing much. How's it going? So
Doing good, man.
head on to the point.
Yes.
Can you give me a single evidence with no copy paste or contradiction between one another that Jesus was crucified?
Yeah, so that's for you to prove Jesus was crucified and there's a contradiction
No, no,
within the narrative,
no,
not me. I'm not going to
no,
prove
no,
your
no. For me to prove is that he's not crucified. That's my own
that's
point.
your thought
I can
process.
prove
I
that.
don't have to prove your thought you're asking me to prove your thought process. If you believe that there's a contradiction within the crucifixion narrative, then that's up to you to prove. But right now, sir, we need to deal with the crucifixion in Islam.
Yeah, so I should prove to you that Jesus is not crucified because that's what Islam stand on, right?
I know.
That's what I should prove.
All right. So my point is the crucifixion.
So you made the claim that Jesus was crucified.
If the conversation is going to happen, it's going to have to happen with respect. Let me get my words out, at least a few, okay? I don't mind interjection, but my goodness, I just opened my mouth. The conversation is the crucifixion proves Islam to be false, okay? So what we're doing is we're going to deal with the crucifixion narrative within Islam first, and then we can go into the crucifixion narrative within Christianity. Put two and two together, see which one makes more sense. That's what we're going to do.
Now, the claim of the Quran is that the crucifixion never happened.
Okay, great. Okay, but what does the Quran also claim did happen?
There's no claiming when it comes to crucifixion.
Yeah, your Quran claims something. No. Your Quran claims that something happened. Am I right or am I wrong about that? It says that it appeared as if Christ was crucified, correct?
Nah, it does not say it that way.
It does. Okay.
He was neither crucified nor unalived.
Yet it was what? To appear so.
Yeah, but it was made to appear so.
Thank you. So don't say it didn't say that, bro. It did. Okay, now.
Yeah, but
what now? Now, when it says it was made to appear so, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yes. What does that mean when it says it was made to appear so?
Yeah. So according to our paradigm, when Ibrahim alayhi salam was about to, sacrifice his son, Allah had swapped out the son with a ram for him. So Allah made it to appear that he was about to sacrifice his son, but then he made it appear now it's a ram that he's slaughtering.
Okay,
that's the simple explanation.
That made absolutely no sense. Okay, what does the Quran mean in connection with the crucifixion narrative? That it was made to appear as if Christ was being crucified. What does that mean?
Again, I'm giving you an analogy and a simple example.
Your analogy makes no sense. Because it didn't appear. It didn't appear. Hold on one second. It didn't appear.
You're asking me around the Quran. I'm giving you examples.
It did not appear. It did not appear as if Abraham was going to sacrifice his son. Abraham was going to do that. It didn't appear as if he was going to do that. He actually was going to do it. Okay.
Yeah, but in the action itself.
Okay, that's why when he was
doing the act itself. What happened?
That's why your example
was he sacrificing his son or was he sacrificing an animal?
No. Pay attention. It didn't appear as
according to the Quran.
Abu, it didn't appear as if he was going to do that because he actually went to go do it. There was no facade of him going to go do that. Every step that he took, that was actually happening.
Same way with the crucifixion. Before it happened,
as if his son was with him and this was about to happen. His son was really with him.
Same way with the crucifixion too.
Okay, so Jesus. Okay, so if it was the same way with the crucifixion, Jesus was really on the cross. That what you're saying?
No, he was not.
Well, then it's not the same way. So what does it mean?
No, hold on. Let me explain. On the action, so when they were leading him, taking him with them, they were about to put him on the cross. The person that was the one that made that false claim against him was the one that was replaced by
who?
Judah, whoever it is.
Judah.
Give me an example.
Okay, where are you getting that Jesus was even arrested and was taken to anywhere? Where are you getting that from?
What do you mean? Where I get
Well,
that
you
from?
said when Jesus was arrested, the person who lied on him was the one who got crucified. Where are you getting at? Where are you
Yeah,
getting Jesus
yes,
was
yeah. So
arrested
the
in the
so the,
first
the
place?
Qur- the Quran already claim of how the Jews used to honor live
Where are
Christians,
you getting Jesus was
the prophets
arrested in the first place?
in the Quran.
Give me one Quran verse that says Jesus was arrested.
No, I'm not giving you Jesus in particular. I'm giving you the prophet. Allah give them a general statement that the prophets
You just
have
said
been,
Jesus was arrested, and the person
because
who
Jesus is a
lied on
prophet.
him. Hold on, brother. What?
Jesus is a prophet according to Islam. Is he not?
What the?
What do you mean? According to Islam,
What
Jesus is a
do that
prophet.
have to do with anything? Slow down. Jesus being a prophet don't mean he
You're
got
asking me
arrested.
regarding Quran. I'm giving you evidence from
Jesus
Quran.
being a prophet does not mean he got arrested. You said Jesus was arrested, and the person who lied on him was the one who got crucified instead of him. Where are you getting Jesus was arrested in the first place? And you said the Quran. And then I said, give me the verse.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You can't give it to me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you the verse in Ali Imran where they were, trying to unalive him pretty much. So in a sense, I won't call it arrested. I don't know. They're trying to prosecute him pretty much.
Okay,
they were trying to prosecute him.
So
I'm gonna give you the verse on that for sure.
Well, so you brought it up. So do you want to retract that? You don't know if Jesus got arrested. Is that what you're saying?
The right word for that would be prosecution. So I won't call it arrested. They were prosecuting him, and when they had him, obviously they were trying to, unalive him, just like Allah mentioned that they tried to do with Yahya, John the Baptist, because they unalived the prophets.
Okay, thank you. So now, what did it mean when it said it was made to appear so? Since we cleared that up, now what does your Quran mean when it says he was made to appear so, that Jesus was crucified?
Yeah, so again, Allah, the Creator, is able to do things because He already promised that Isa will not be unalive by anybody.
I didn't ask you. Was he able to do?
Hold on.
I didn't ask you. Was he able to? I'm gonna give you verses, bro. I got you, but I didn't ask you. Was he able to do anything? So don't tell me that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you verses where Allah already promised that Isa will not be unalive by people.
Congratulations.
Do you want
now,
that?
What does it mean when it says it was made to appear as if he was being crucified? How many times do I have to ask you that?
It means what you just said. I know you speak English, right?
Okay, so I get to come up with what that means then, right? It means what it says, right?
No, you don't get
it looked like Jesus was being crucified.
It's clear as day.
Okay,
for example,
so it looked like Jesus was being crucified. So they saw Jesus on the cross.
Yes.
Okay, how did they see Jesus on the cross if Jesus wasn't on the cross?
Yeah, because Allah can clone somebody else and make him appear so.
Thank you. So Allah cloned someone to make him look like Jesus. Is that right?
Right.
All right. Which one of Jesus's disciples taught this?
Which one of the disciples?
Yeah, which one of Jesus's disciples, which one of his followers taught this?
Which of the disciples? Is it the 13 disciples or the 12 disciples you just mentioned?
Anybody, any follower of Christ. Which one?
Yeah, so I'm sure Jesus only mentioned the all-knowing. Hold on, let me finish.
I'm not done with the question.
The all-knowing Jesus
I'm not done with the question.
Mentioned 12 disciples, right?
I'm not done with the question. Which one of his disciples, followers, whatever you want to add in there to try to make it precise for you to help you out, whoever knew Jesus and knew that this was taking place, who preached this and spread this message that that's not Jesus, that was a clone because Allah saved him? Who taught that?
Yeah, again, so I want to clarify. Which of the disciples, the 13 or the 12 disciples?
Whoever you know of.
You need to answer that for me.
Okay, which one of the 12? Okay, which one of the 12?
So you believe there's only 12 disciples?
Which one of the 12?
Do you believe there's only 12 disciples?
Which one of the 12?
Bro, I will tell you which one. Do you believe it's only 12? Which one?
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you after that. You believe there's only 12 disciples?
Brother, stop playing games with me. You just
I'm asking you a simple question.
You asked me who, right? Who do I believe would have said this? I tell you, you wanted me to tell you. I said, fine, use the 12 disciples. I'm
Okay,
saying
so you don't believe in
disciples.
you don't believe in the last one, right?
So you can use whoever. If you don't want to use the 12, you can use any follower of Christ. I said that already. I'm not holding you to just the 12. I'm asking you about who knew Jesus. There were plenty of other people who knew Jesus and went and taught and preached his message that were not his direct disciples. So don't ask me about the number of disciples because that's irrelevant. I'm asking you who knew and who preached this. Who knew Jesus and who preached this? That's what I'm asking.
Again, according to your internal critique, I'm not going to do internal critique on that because that is your Bible.
What are you talking about?
I don't believe in that.
Okay, that's why. Okay, so that's why I'm asking you, who knew Jesus that taught this? You don't have to use the Bible.
So again, the Quran never mentioned the disciples of Jesus in numbers. It mentioned that the followers. So, like, the Quran is not a book where it gives you a story of each prophet in detail.
Okay,
it
so
gives you a precept.
Okay, so you don't know of anyone who knew Jesus that taught this. Just say I don't know.
I'm not gonna hold on to the Bible. Yeah, I'm not gonna use the Bible.
I've already told you don't have to use the Bible. Please don't do that again. I've already told you.
I'm just giving you honest answer. I can't use the Bible to give you my answer.
I didn't say you have to. Please do not say that
again.
The
Quran didn't mention that.
Forced to kick you. I did not tell you to use the Bible. I said you don't have to. I said who knew Jesus that taught that wasn't him, that was a clone. If you don't know the answer, just say I don't know.
The Quran didn't mention it, so why would I answer any question like that? Okay, you ask me a question regarding Quran.
Okay, thank you. Do you know who did?
I know. I don't know because the Quran never said that.
Okay, Ibn Kathir mentions this. Do you take Ibn Kathir? If I show you that Ibn Kathir says that 12 to 17 of his Ibn Kathir says that 12 to 17 of his disciples were in the room with him when Jesus himself asked for someone to be crucified for him. He then was risen up out of the roof into wherever, and it was that young boy who got crucified instead of Christ. That is what Ibn Kathir. Hold on.
I heard you.
Hold on, Abu. I'm not done. That is what Ibn Kathir is posing. So here is someone who tries to give you information on what happened. Do you take this theory or no?
So may Allah preserve Ibn Kathir. He did a tremendous work for Islam. But he's not a prophet, so
okay. So you don't take that Ibn Kathir's theory. So you remain.
The prophet never explained any of that. So I'm not taking from any man.
I got it. So where did Ibn Kathir get that story from?
I don't know. You can that's his own. I don't know how you get it. Again, he did a tremendous work. He's a human being. He can make errors.
Okay, so he made an error by writing a full-blown, detailed story of what happened to Christ. Okay, got it.
Yeah, all right, cool. So you'd rather he doesn't have evidence in the Quran.
I'm not saying you have to believe. Evidence in the Quran? I'm not saying you have to believe Ibn Kathir. I'm asking, do you take his theory? You said no. That's fine.
So in Islam we don't blind follow.
You reject that. That's fine. You don't have to take it.
So I'm giving you an example. In Islam we don't blind follow.
Yeah, but yet you blindly believe that it was made to appear as if Christ was on the cross instead of literally.
Yeah, because the Quran says so.
Yeah, but
the Quran is
so that's blindly because you don't have any evidence that
No. The Quran is authentic because it's the word of Allah.
You can't even 100% substantiate it. You're stuck.
The Quran is what I can 100% substantiate.
The only reason you know it was made to appear so is because your Quran says so. You don't have any valid information about it. So now Allah made it.
Do you have evidence?
So now I'm going to ask you this. Hold
on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. The Quran said that claim. Do you have evidence to disqualify that? Do you have evidence to disqualify that?
Yes, I'm literally walking you through it. Yes. I do have evidence to disprove.
Okay, give me the evidence.
Okay. Do you know that the narrative that in Christ appearing as if he was crucified existed hundreds of years before Muhammad was born?
By who? Mark, Luke, and John?
Yeah. So you have this theory of Christ, like for example, via the Docetus, and also in the second treatise of Great Seth, where there's a story already told that Christ, it appeared as if Christ was on the cross, but it wasn't him; it was someone else. And your Quran reads it was made to appear so. Now you have no theory on what it is. You rather remain ignorant and just say the Quran says so, so it is. So now what hold on, what is stopping?
Yeah. So again,
okay, I'm about to kick you, bro.
Let's establish that.
You can't. You're not allowing
you're gonna run.
You're not allowing me to draw conclusions.
You're going to run.
You're not allowing me to draw conclusions. What is stopping me from saying Muhammad just simply heard this story of Christ not being crucified and it appearing so, right, from these other groups that used to say this that were not eyewitnesses, and he just repeated it. What's stopping me from posing that to you, and what's your rebuttal to that?
So one thing about the greatest of mankind, Muhammad, peace be upon him, is he has nothing to prove to make Islam become real. He's from a noble family, the highest of the nobles. There's no need for him to do all of that. He doesn't. Why would somebody from a noble of highest family want to make everybody believe in some
okay, but
crazy
you're just
stuff?
complaining.
It doesn't make
you're
sense.
Complaining. Why would Jesus' followers lie about him being crucified? That's not going to work here.
Let me finish. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish.
All right. Well, if you complain and just tell me why would someone do this, I'm gonna just move to the next guest. That's not helping. We're not going.
No, it's simple. It's just common sense. Somebody that's from a noble lineage with money and power. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. All right, Abu. Thanks for coming, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah. It's okay, sir.
It's common sense, guys. That it appeared as if Christ was crucified because it's common sense. That's it. The Quran says so, and it's just common sense, guys. Why don't you believe it? That's what it is. Common sense. Come on, Cal. When it's not me, don't not come up now. I mean, when it's me debating, don't not come up now.